a man walks through a hail of bullets. Not a soldier, not a spy, a husband, a father, a nobody. And right now, he is about to end a war he never asked to start. Hours before this, the same man sits in a federal interrogation room, battered beyond recognition. Two agents want to know what happened. They want to know who he is and why an entire criminal organization has been torn apart in a single night. He considers the question and gives them the most honest answer he has. He is nobody. To understand that answer, we go back to the life Hutch Mansell has built, or more precisely, buried himself inside. The alarm, the bus, the desk at a quiet accounting job in a metal fabrication factory owned by his father-in-law Eddie. He stamps papers, processes numbers, catches the bus home. Every day is the same. He follows a routine the way a machine follows a program, without thought, without expectation, without wanting anything different. At home, the silence is its own language. His wife Becca has retreated somewhere he can no longer reach. His teenage son Blake looks through him like a pane of glass. But his young daughter Abby still sees him. She runs to the door when he comes home, arms up, drawing save for him. She is the only ember of something real still burning in this life. Then one night the routine cracks. Hutch wakes to a noise downstairs. He moves through the dark house and finds two intruders, a man and a woman, going through his belongings. The man has a gun. His hand is shaking. Hutch does what he is supposed to do. Nothing. He drops his phone. He lets them take his watch, the cash in the bowl. He stands absolutely still. But as a woman sweeps the money off the counter, his eyes find the tattoo on her wrist, and he memorizes every detail. Then Blake comes down the stairs and throws himself at the male intruder. For one full second, Hutch stands there with a golf club in his hand. The thief is pinned. The moment is right there. He does not swing. He grabs Blake and pulls him off. The thief punches his son across the face and both of them vanish into the night. Blake turns and looks at his father. No words, just a verdict. When the police arrive and ask if everyone is safe, the question hits Hutch somewhere deep. He was betting his family's lives on the assumption that gun was not loaded. He was right, but right and safe are not the same thing. He got lucky, and luck runs out. By morning, the judgment is everywhere. His brother-in-law Charlie puts a revolver on his desk and tells him to use it next time. The neighbor weighs in. The world around Hutch Mansell has reached a unanimous verdict. A coward, a man who had the moment and stood there holding a golf club and did nothing. That evening, alone in his office, Hutch reaches for a hidden radio and calls his stepbrother Harry. What comes out of his mouth is not regret or self-defense. It is a precise, methodical breakdown of the intruder's weapon, a Taurus Model 85, and the fact that the chamber was empty. He saw it the moment the gun was raised and chose not to act. Harry goes quiet on the other end. He hears, in that kind of precision, exactly who he has on the line. Then Abby comes to him. Her kitty cat bracelet is missing. It was in the bowl on the counter, the same bowl the thieves emptied. The one thing in that house that belonged entirely to his daughter, gone. Something in Hutch goes cold. This is not about the watch. It is not about the cash. They reached into his child's life and took something. That end tonight. He drives to his father's house. David Mansell is a retired FBI agent who has kept certain things for his son, items from a life Hutch walked away from. Hutch opens a hidden compartment, takes a badge and a handgun, and leaves without a word. David watches him go. He has watched this man leave before, with that same look on his face. Hutch works through the city's tattoo parlors with a woman's design fixed in his mind. At one rundown shop, men come out from the back looking to make a point. Hutch sets cash on the counter and waits. Then the shop owner catches a glimpse of the old, faded tattoo on Hutch's own inner wrist. The room changes. The owner backs away. He orders his men to stand down, refuses the cash, and gives Hutch the address he came for. He has seen that mark before. He knows what it means. He finds the apartment. He pins the man against the wall and demands a bracelet. The woman hands back his watch. She swears she never took the bracelet. He is about to push further when he hears it. A faint call from the back room. He turns. A child, small and pale, connected to an oxygen mask and medical equipment. The woman is crying. They robbed him to keep their son alive. The anger drains out of him. He cannot be the monster in this story. He puts the gun away and walks out with nothing. The bracelet is not here. The rage has nowhere to go. He gets on a bus. The bus is nearly empty when a group of drunk men climb on and find the woman sitting alone. They move on her, ugly and deliberate about it. Hutch watches. He has been swallowing moments like this his entire adult life. His jaw sets. He quietly asks the driver to stop the bus and get off. Then he locks the doors. They think this is funny. This ordinary, unremarkable-looking man with flat eyes. Hutch says nothing. What follows is not choreography. It is grinding, close range, punishing violence. He takes a knife in the side. He goes down. He gets back up. Every time he rises, his movements get tighter, more economical, more precise. He is not improvising. He is remembering. When it is done, all 5 men are on the floor. Hutch stands among them, breathing hard. What he does not notice, stepping off into the cold night, is his Metro card sliding from his pocket onto the bus floor. Across the city, in a penthouse built to Project Untouchable Authority, Yulian Kuznetsov gets a call. One of the men beaten on that bus was Teddy, his younger brother. Teddy is in the hospital now, windpipe shattered, breathing through a makeshift airway, slipping toward a coma he will not walk out of. Yulian stays at the Metro card his men recovered. Hutch Mansell. He says the name once and begins making calls. Hutch comes home and Becca is there. She cleans his wounds without asking questions she does not need answered. She has always known something about this man that the rest of the world never had access to. In the quiet of the bathroom, Hutch talks about the hollow life he has been living on the surface, about the weight he has been carrying underneath. For the first time in years, Becca actually looks at him. Something between them that had gone dormant comes back up. Then the phone rings. Harry's voice is different now, urgent. The ease gone out of it entirely. He gives Hutch the name of the man whose brother he put in the hospital. Yulian Kuznetsov. Russian mob. The man who controls the Obshek, the common treasure of the Russian criminal network. Millions of dollars. A war chest. Harry connects him to the barber, his former government handler, who delivers the truth plainly. Yulian will not negotiate. He will not stop. He will come for the address, the family, all of it. Hutch barely processes it before the convoy arrives on his street. He moves fast, gets his family into the fortified basement and locks the door, then turns to face whatever is coming through it. Yulian's men expect a frightened civilian on the other side. They find the opposite. Hutch tears through the first wave with precise violence, using the narrow hallway to negate their numbers, forcing them one at a time. He is winning. Then the enforcer comes from behind with a taser. Hutch hits the floor. He wakes bound in the trunk of a moving car, zip-tied in the dark. The men in the front seat are confident. They should not be. Hutch scans the space without fear, the way a man does when this is not the worst situation he has ever been in. His hands find a fire extinguisher. He punches through the rear seat, pulls the pin, and fills the car with blinding smoke. The driver loses control. The car hits a lamppost and flips. Hutch crawls out of the wreckage. A bystander, stunned, pale, asks him who he is. Hutch looks at the burning car and at the life he has been dismantling piece by piece, and answers the only way that feels true right now. Nobody. He brings his family up from the basement and tells Becca the whole truth. He was an auditor, a government-sanctioned cleaner for a 3-letter agency. His job was to permanently resolve threats that conventional law could not legally touch. He was invisible, precise, and among the best who ever did it. He walked away years ago, not from guilt, but because of a window. He had spared a target once, a man who claimed to have changed, and later watched that man through a window playing in the backyard with his children. That image, an ordinary life, a family, a future, was all Hutch had ever wanted. He built this existence trying to recreate it. Now she needs to take the children somewhere safe and wait. She goes. Alone in the house, Hutch goes downstairs, and there, under the couch, is Abby's bracelet. He holds it and stares at it. If he had simply looked harder, none of this would have started. The thought surfaces and then sinks. It does not matter now. It was never really about the bracelet. He burns the house down. The bodies of Yulian's men, the memories, the shell of the life he built, all of it. He walks to the neighbor's driveway, gets into the man's Dodge Challenger, and drives into the dark. He is done pretending. Yulian has sent 2 men to the retirement home where Hutch's father David lives. What they did not account for is what David Mansell actually is. He is not a retired grandfather keeping himself busy. He is a man who spent decades in rooms where everyone else ended up dead. The 2 assassins come in. David handles it quickly and without ceremony. Hutch uses his cache of gold to buy the metal fabrication factory from Eddie outright. Then he turns to Yulian's operation. He moves through the mob's financial front, neutralizes every man inside, and reaches the vault. The Obshek, years of criminal wealth stacked floor to ceiling. He pours accelerant across it and strikes a match. As the money turns to smoke, he takes the one thing he wanted, the painting bedroom in Arles, and walks out. Then Hutch walks into Yulian's club, alone, surrounded by every armed man Yulian has left. He sits across from him, removes a napkin from the table, and reveals a live Claymore mine. Nobody moves. Hutch lays out the terms. You came for my family. I burned your money. The score is even. Walk away. Disappear somewhere quiet. It is the most reasonable offer anyone in this room will ever make Yulian Kuznetsov. Yulian refuses. Some men cannot survive being made equal. The moment Hutch steps out the door, Yulian's convoy is already moving. Hutch is already driving. Not away. Toward. The factory is ready. Harry is positioned above with a rifle, working targets from the high ground. David holds the floor below. Yulian's men pour in and begin dying. The factory is a weapon. Industrial traps, wire kill zones, angles that Hutch spent days preparing. But Yulian's numbers keep coming. Harry takes a bullet and goes down. Ammunition runs out. Yulian is advancing now himself, machine gun up, done letting his men do the work. This is the moment the entire film has been building toward. Hutch lifts a panel of bulletproof glass, tapes the claymore to its face with the pins pointed out toward Yulian, and begins to walk. Yulian empties a machine gun into the glass. Every round stops dead. The sparks fly. The glass holds. Hutch keeps walking. Yulian has run out of room and run out of options. Hutch pushes the panel into him and detonates the claymore. The explosion tears through the factory. Hutch is on the floor. He gets up. Yulian does not. The police take Hutch in. The story catches back up to where it started. The interrogation room. The two agents. The quiet man across the table with nothing left to conceal. And then, at the same moment, both phones ring. They listen. Their expressions shift from authority to something they do not have a word for. They end the calls, stand up, and walk Hutch out the front door. No charges, no explanation. Someone in a building with no public address has just closed the file. 3 months later, Hutch and Becca are buying a new house. The agent talks about ceiling height, natural light, the school's nearby. Hutch has one question. Does it have a basement? It does, a large one. He and Becca share a look that needs no translation. They take it. Later, a van pulls up outside. David and Harry. When the rear doors open, there's no furniture inside. Whatever is coming next, and something is always coming. The Mansell family will not be caught unprepared. Nobody, it turns out, is exactly the right word for this man. Not the one you overlooked. Not the one anyone was ever ready for.